Hi everyone. We start chapter 2, the 2A, the time diagram. Time diagram, there is a way to express the cash flow, the complicated cash flow in fixed income products. So during this, throughout this chapter, the I is the annual effective rate, interest rate. And the idea of the time diagram is the right cash flow, cash inflow on the one side of the line and the cash outflow on the other side of the line. And the inflow and the outflow, the cash inflow and the cash outflow, that should have the same value if evaluated at the same time point. So to compare the two cash flow, evaluate both cash flows at the same time point. Okay, so at first we start with the several very simple examples. So suppose that we only have the two time points, the 0 and 1, and the I is the annual effective interest rate. And if the cash outflow is 1 here, maybe I should say $1, then this cash flow is equivalent to 1 plus I dollar at time 1. So maybe the above side is outflow, and the below is the inflow, but it really depends on how to see this cash flow. So for example, the outflow for yourself is the inflow for the financial institution. So that you can interpret in both ways. Or if we remember the notation V, that we can say that if we have the V dollar at time 0, that becomes $1 at time 1. So V is equal to 1 minus D, which is equal to 1 over 1 plus I. So remember that, for example, the I is equal to 0.05, then V is equal to 1 over 1.05. So this is slightly more than 0.9524 in this case. Yeah. So time diagram can have fractional point. For example, the 1, 0 and 1/2 and 1. And if the $1 cash outflow here at time 0, then we have 1 plus I to the power 1/2, or square root of 1 plus I at time 1/2. Yeah, so the time diagram sometimes have the time unit different from year. For example, maybe time unit, maybe months. So in such a case, if we have $1 at time 0, then we have 1 plus I to the power 1/12 at the time 1, the 1 month, the 1/12th year. So here that we have the very simple, only the one cash inflow and one cash outflow, but we will discuss the more complicated outflows, cash flows in the next example.